imagine being able to step back in time and experience life in the jungle as the ancient Maya did? Enter their homes, stroll their gardens, encounter the native wildlife. This is the promise of El Pilar, where archaeologist Annabelle Ford is restoring not just another stone monument, but an entire living environment, an environment that will create a new kind of ecotourism based on the traditional and sustainable practice of forest gardening.
Hello, I'm Jane Goodall. I've spent much of my life trying to empower people so that they can make a positive difference in our world. I'm here to tell you about just one of these many signs of hope, El Pilar. On the border of Belize and Guatemala, this ancient Maya city is being preserved for future generations. But what makes this archaeological program unique is that not only are its monuments and buildings being protected, but also its forest environment. An environment that sustained the Maya for centuries, and with your help, will sustain their descendants for generations yet to come.
The Maya forest is among the most diverse in the world, but only 1/5 remains. 1,300 species are threatened, including plants that can fight cancer and other diseases. In this forest, El Pilar virtually disappeared after it was abandoned 1,000 years ago. Then, Annabelle Ford began mapping out its immense scope in the early 1980s. This same forest also sustains the cultural survivors of the once great Maya. Over half are traditional rural farmers. Today at El Pilar, these farmers are reviving the forest as a garden, so essential to the culture and language of the Maya.
Every word they use embodies much more than we have in English or Spanish or any European language, because their connection with nature, their management of nature, was a learning experience as well as a caretaking opportunity.
Un jardín forestal es una práctica que los antiguos mayas del pasado.
Forest gardening is a practice that was used by the ancient Maya of the past. A forest garden means planting many species of plants, plants that produce fruit to eat, and also medicinal trees, medicinal plants and trees for construction.
For 20 years, Annabelle Ford has been carefully excavating El Pilar, discovering how the Maya built a flourishing tropical civilization, re-establishing the forest gardens, preserving this site, unique in all the Maya world.
There are some schools of archaeology that prefer to get rid of nature and leave only the monument, and leave it as an urban area. But there is another philosophy, that is to show the monuments within the context where we find them today, which is in with nature, the forest, the jungle. And from my point of view, a monument looks better like this.
Ecologists who've been working in Guatemala and Mexico find that what grows in the jungle around Maya sites is not the natural way that jungles grow. There's a higher percentage of useful plants around Maya sites than grow in areas where there were no people.
Amidst the forest gardens of El Pilar, houses are being reconstructed, creating a sense of daily Maya life.
I think that the El Pilar program is very important because never before has a project been done like this. It is the right moment for creating or showing to the world that these ideas are valid and that they function.
The El Pilar program aims to both preserve the cultural heritage and improve the lives of those living there now. This requires a team of local villagers, development experts, government administrators, tourism promoters, and international scientists. A causeway, which once unified El Pilar's monuments, will now offer a way to bridge current political boundaries.
El Pilar, as you know, straddles our border, Belize, Guatemala. This is a border that has been in contention for over a century. We're working very hard to try and resolve this problem. And one of the ways to resolve territorial disputes is clearly building confidence between peoples. So with this site, El Pilar, and the project to develop the forest garden, to develop the archaeological site as a tourist destination, but also to teach our people, particularly our children, about the great Mayan civilization of the past and its importance today in terms of conservation of the forests. I think it's very significant. It's a very important project.
El Pilar, what better candidate for a peace park, bridging nations and cultures? It will create a refuge for threatened fauna like the jaguar and howler monkey, nurture endangered flora like those with cures for cancer, create an appreciation for the rich Maya heritage, support sustainable practices of forest gardeners, and become a positive model for other communities in the region and throughout the world.
We at Counterpart International are always looking for ways of being creative with the business of development. For us, the El Pilar project is a perfect way of reconnecting modern Maya with the brilliant civilizations of ancient Maya.
The natural and cultural resources in the region belong to everyone. We have to work hard to preserve them. This is our common heritage.
Preservation of El Pilar must continue. The vital work being done there promises to offer more knowledge about the Maya, and in turn, about ourselves. But this requires more than time and energy. It takes money.
I hope that this project at El Pilar will find a very special place in your heart, so that this work can continue and flourish for years into the future.
Please join us in this worthwhile endeavor by sending a tax-deductible contribution to the El Pilar program at Exploring Solutions Past.